It's your boy Roy Smith back. Smith Family 1961. Back again with another video. Y'all make sure y'all watch the video all the way through. Like, comment, subscribe. If you ain't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go and hit that subscribe button and notification button. When I drop one, you automatically get the notification. So we're gonna do that there. So this video, I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. This video is about why I started YouTube. You know, there was this video about why I started YouTube. Yeah, about like a year ago, I came into a kind of complicated problem. I had to sit down with my family and talk to them. I might have mentioned it, a while back when I first started YouTube. I made a video. It didn't go nowhere, so I'm making another. That everybody know why I do YouTube. So about a year ago, so I went to my regular doctor appointments. Regular everybody. At that time, I was going like every 6 months, to the doctor, see the doctor every 6 months. So that particular time, I went to the doctor. Doctor and come to me, said, I got some good news and I got some bad news. I said, damn. When he said that there, when he said that there, it automatic, popped up in my mind. I said, damn. And then I thought about my pops, and then I kind of, acted like I didn't know what he was talking about, but I knew what he was talking about, Then I said, give me the bad news first. He said, oh, you want the bad news? No, I didn't tell you. I said, give me the good news first. He said, you want the good news? I said, yeah, give me the good news first. So, I want to see is it good enough that it's going to help, like, calm me down or ease my mind, to soak in the bad news. So that's why I asked for the good news first. So he gave me the good news. The good news that they called it at stage 1. Right at the beginning of stage 1, they called it. So that was the good news. So it kind of, it gave me a whole lot of relief. They called it. Because as I was like coming up, and in my manhood, like when I was like 25 to 35, when I was working on my job, I used to always go to the doctor and tell them to check me for footage. They no, you ain't old enough. You ain't got to worry about that. It doesn't matter, how old you can get it. At the time, it's like kids, they get it, babies and stuff, and they telling me I'm not old enough. I ain't believing that. I ain't soaking all that in, because I know it's different. Like, so, well, and then he said, the bad news. You ready for the bad news? I said, yeah, I'm ready for the bad news. Bring the bad news. He said, you got cancer. I said, damn, I got cancer. And then he said, yeah, you got prostate cancer. Fuck, that would kill my pops, prostate cancer. And then he said, it's aggressive prostate cancer. Oh man, the word aggressive itself, it scared me, aggressive. I'm thinking this motherfucker gonna go up in there and tear some stuff, He's saying aggressive, I said, whoa, man. I said, when can we start it? He said, oh, calm down. He said, well, I mean aggressive, No, he told me then, what it would, but it eased my mind, that part aggressive wasn't aggressive like I thought it was aggressive, So that always eased my mind. He he said, you're going to go through like 6 weeks of treatment. I said, okay, 6 weeks of treatment, I could do that there. So I did the 6 weeks of treatment. I rang the bell. So this my plaque, you know, from my prostate cancer. You know, I rang the bell on it there. I completed that, and then that would pull me to YouTube. You know, doing YouTube. So and so I've been doing it since then. You know, I'm getting to know, growing to love to like it. You know. And I said, well, I'm gonna just keep on doing it, you know. You know. And then they said, you too hard, you ain't no bad to make it, you know. I wasn't going to just try to be no fan. I had just made it a hobby because, you know, I got cancer, you know. And I was just doing it because I got cancer. And so like 7, 8 months later, and I go back to the doctor, and I found out I got colon cancer. I said, what the fuck? Colon cancer. I said, what, I'm a cancer seed? What, cancer just draw to me? You know, what's going on, you know? So I got colon cancer, and the good thing about that, I got it first stage. I had about a couple of them about this big, you know, a couple of them about that big, and they got that off, you know, and started me going back to the doctor in 10 years. I got to go back in like 3 years. So my next appointment to go to check on this is like in 2027, you know, and that make 3 years because I got diagnosed with it in 2024, and so it make like 2027, my 3 years. I go get it checked out again, and I got my finger crossed that they don't find nothing else, you know. That was the only two that I had, you know, or I can keep my journey on YouTube, you know, to achieve a goal of having a million subscribers, you know, like all the rest, you know. But you know, it's all up to y'all, you know, that y'all like me and that y'all like the content I'm putting out, you know, and stuff like that there, and which I hope y'all do. You know, I ain't showing this for pity, but you know, at times that y'all don't see me, this is the reason why I don't be on camera, because it's a lot of days that I don't be feeling well, you know, my bones and stuff, they be aching and stuff, and about other things, you know, and that's why it's sometimes I be like absent on camera and stuff, and on YouTube, but everything going good. I just want to be transparent with my subscriber, you know, because I want to be where I'm at with y'all, and then, you know, I'm being transparent to you haters out there too. I want to be where I'm at with y'all too. Y'all got a lot to do with this too, so I'm being transparent to everybody, you know, because we all got something, you know, to say, you know, to someone, you know, besides your family, you know. And I'm talking about your immediate family, you know, they know, but I want my internet family, the Smith family, 1961, I want them to know that too, you know. I ain't keeping no secret, but yeah, I'm mad because y'all don't be messing with me, man. Come on, mess with me, fuck with me, you know. I'm human, you know. I'm just trying to do the right thing, you know. Give a brother a chance, you know. That's all I'm saying. You know? watch the video. You know, like I said, if it ain't your speed, just leave it running. Go to the bathroom, take a dump. You know, or whatever. You know, or go run to the back of the kitchen and grab your snack. Just let it play. You know, just do that for me. Hey, one day, hey, we might run for one another. Then I'll scratch your back. You know. But you know, that's what I want to say. And I had to get that off my chest. You know, I used to didn't care about too many people that had cancer until my father, he passed. You know, it always been on my heart. It been on my heart because hey, I got it now, so yes, it's always been on my heart. You know, anybody got cancer, hey, I got you in your prayer. You got, you know, I'm gonna pray for you. You know, I'm gonna keep you in my prayer. You know, and that's it. Love y'all.